Hi all, fetch calls and error handling is the most important topic of ReactJS or Angular or in that case any single page application. Especially when we are making API calls, we need to properly display the error messages whenever we make a call. So that will be complicated when we are doing with fetch. It will be more complicated when we use async and await based API calls. So let us see what are the different problems we are going to face and how is especially handled. So first of all, let me explain you from the scratch. For example, how we actually perform this kind of error handling in the JavaScript. Let me explain you that first. Then I will go to the React.js. So let us see this approach. For example, first I will make an API call by using the fetch method. So here, once the data comes from the API, of course, I'm supposed to convert that API data from a response object into the JSON format. If once I return the JSON format, the res.json function call, it it calls the next then, and the data will be passed subsequently. And I am generating a simple list out of the given data. As actually, I'm making a call to restcountries.com, which gives us all the countries in an array format. So that particular array I will be iterating, and for every country I'm creating a new list item, and this gives me a result like this. Of course, maybe I have made some, yeah, right. So it is just displaying the list of countries like this. This is fine, but especially when we make a mistake, or else there is a problem in the server or the server is currently not responding, so especially the host name, if there is any problem with the host, so that I am going to what do you say, try with the wrong API call, wrong host name, so that what is going to happen, you just check out. That is, it once this fetch fails, it will directly call the catch method. So how is it actually happening? Just I would like to show you directly. Even this console is also not getting executed. Once this fetch call fails, directly this catch will be called, and this catch will print whatever the message it gave us, that error handling message, right? And error handled in the catch, and error message is actually the fetch to failed to fetch. So that is what we have mentioned. So you make some if else and apply, or write some code like server is too busy or something in this particular catch. So the here the whole agenda is, okay, we'll catch here. Ultimately, we need a place to do something if there is a mistake, or if there is any error in our work. So for that we are using this catch. This is absolutely fine, but sometimes we will get an error. That is when we make a mistake in the path. This mistake is not there in the host name, the mistake is now in the path. That means that path is not existing. This is a very frequent thing. When we try to fetch the when we fetch the data, that data may be there in the response or in the page, and we click on that one particular record. By that time, that data might be deleted by somebody else or some user. So you will get an error that should be handled, right? So if this catch will not handle that error, this catch will not handle the path error. Let me show you this issue. So I just made, okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Wait a minute. Yeah. This is common. You have to understand this. This now also catch is showing you the error because this data is empty. that is not actually because of anything else. This is because of this data is empty. I'll tell you the point. Let me console the data. Mhm. Okay, this console res is also not available. Oh. Actually, the host, I have not corrected the host. So now let's see this. Yes. Cannot read properties of undefined. This is what happened. The error message what we have received, because data doesn't have the required array. Now the data is undefined. Okay, because this is actually throwing the error. So that error got caught by the catch, not because of any other reason. So generally we write it like this: if data, we write this way. So now actually we are not either getting the data nor the error message is being displayed, because this catch is unable to catch, this particular block is unable to handle or catch actual path error. So now that should be handled in a better way. That is here. So in the response object, if you properly observe, okay, when we have an error in the path, I'll just show this. Wait. Don't worry, because we have to clearly observe that. Yes. Now, if you see, you got the response. That means this request is successful, but we got an error. We got a header like, we got a property like okay is false, and the status is 404. 404 error means that particular path is not available. So in situations, in this kind of situations, what do I do is, if res is okay, when we get a successful callback, when we get a success response, this okay property will become true. So if it is okay, then you just return res.json. So this then will be executed and data will be properly picked up and it will generate the list of items. But when it is not okay, that means res.okay is false, then it will go to the else part and this else part will be executed. Now, if you see, if I make an error in the path, now it is properly handled and the error message we are receiving. I maybe I am giving too many examples, but if your washing machine is not working because of some specific reason, it is supposed to be displayed. It is supposed to display the error message, whether it is because of overloading or whether it is because of electricity issue or whether it is because of no water or something, whatever it may be. So the same is expected in every application. That's how we have to handle. So in this response, we have multiple status codes. When we get a course error, when we get a status code 4 not found, 404, we get the status text also. Okay, if your server people properly give you the responses. So this way, you are able to handle the path errors in the else block of the main then. Okay. So if this everything is successful, of course, this then will handle the issue. But this is only half part. The actual problem comes when we try to make a call with async await. Directly, I am showing you the error, or directly I am going to explain you the problem. So if you want to use async await, definitely you need to mention in the async function get countries. Okay. So because we don't have direct then and catch. We have to apply the try block. So whatever the API calls or whatever the error handling you are doing or whatever the logic you are trying to write, you have to put that entire logic in the try block. And if you are able to what you say throw the exception, of course the catch block will be handled. That means when we get the rest countries host error, obviously this code runs here, obviously you will be going to get the error message. Yeah, so handled in catch. So we handle that particular error in the catch. Of course, here I have not written any code, so this is not displaying anything. So we can write it down. Document dot body, sorry, dot inner HTML is equal to server error. So you are able to see that message, server is busy, server is some whatever the message you type, it will be displayed so that at least user comes to know that there is a problem. But when you don't have any problem with the host name, but you have problem with the path, then what will happen? Now there is no message because this is not actually throwing any exception. So we have to check with res.ok. If it is true, then make the create the list and show it. If it is not there, then throw the error. Then throw the error. Path is wrong. Okay. So you can write something like throw the error like some. I'll show you this path error. So if error dot message is equal to path error, make this statement path error, not path error. Else, okay, whatever the way you want to write. So now it is clearly showing it is a path error. When we have something called here, it is saying server is busy. So according to the problem, we are supposed to display the respective errors. It is possible even if you are using async await, but you have to write that entire code in the try catch block, and properly you need to throw the error when it comes. So this is how you can understand, and this is how you can handle the path, errors in pure JavaScript. So now let us go to our hero. The hero is here, the hero is React.js. So the error handling is everything is okay. But the bigger problem is where do you write the code? My dear friends, don't write this code inside the use effect. Okay. So if you run this code in the app.jsx, so let me write down because yeah, I think rest countries is yes, you got the output, no problem. But you should not write it like this. Your use effect should not be used for this particular kind of activity. Especially, of course, I mean to say 99% we write the fetch calls inside the use effect. But when it comes to async await, you can't create it as a asynchronous function. So you have to separate it out. Okay, first of all, let me first complete the basic fetch function. So you know already fetch how to handle the error in the catch. That's all clear. But the main important point is here we are not going to write the or we are not going to display the error directly from the React component. What we should do is, as soon as we get the data, first thing we have to update it in the state. And second thing is, whenever we get the data, we get the error, we have to update it in the error state variable. So if it is successful, you have to make the error false, set error false. And if you get an error, you have to just make the set error true. Along with this, if you really want to pass it like more customized, you do it, but try to use this set error possibility, and you can actually create a lot of hooks, custom hooks to handle everything in one place. That's all okay. But here, my point of view is, this is how we do it, because this fetch is having a separate catch, so you need not to worry about it. You can handle it, but especially when it comes to async, so this is the problem. So when we are making an async call, what we should do is, we have to write it as a separate function with async and await. In that, of course, in that function, try to make use of try and catch, as I just explained you in the pure JavaScript. And then call that particular function inside the use effect, so that you don't get any problem. Otherwise, so now it should be fine. Acha, there must be an path thing. Yeah, now it is all fine. It's all fine. There is no problem, right? Now the point comes. Suppose if I try to write this entire block inside the use effect, so where do you put the async? So you have to make this callback function as async, and if you run, you see the warning. Use effect must not return anything beside a function, which is used for cleanup. So use effect is only must be used for cleanup. It looks like you wrote use effect async or returned a promise. Instead, write the async function inside your write the async function inside your effect, and not use effect, and call it immediately. So they are proposing, so this is the error effect. If effect does not need props, and so we need, what I have done for this to solve this problem, I have separated the code here, so that all the problems are cleared over here. So if you get any error, you will get the error, and it will be properly mentioned. So this is how we can handle the errors. And for detailed explanation or detailed learning about try, catch, or promises in that case, or complete JavaScript concepts or complete React concepts, you are going to get it from my training. If you are interested, please call us, or please ping me, or please comment. Please subscribe, share, and like. Okay. Call for your personal training. Thank you.